Hello and good evening. So this is take two. I don't know why my phone turned off there, but it did. I'm so sorry, I have to laugh at myself because this whole experience of doing all these lives is very, very new to me, and especially when it comes to yoga. And so I'm trying my best with figuring out how to work these kind of technical issues. And I had this zapper thing, that doesn't work. So here I am trying my best. I hope you can hear me because I'm a bit far away from the phone. And please God it doesn't turn off again, and it wouldn't let me delete the last video. So hopefully this works out. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous, it's my very first yoga video, but I want to tell you how I do my practices. What I do like to do is get a bit of incense, a small one if possible, or you could get a longer one and just quench it after a few minutes, especially if you're in a small room. Some people may not like smells, and that's fine too. For me, it helps me kind of center myself and bring me into myself that bit more. I also like to have a little candle and set my intentions. Again, you can do all of this without setting your intentions, without having a candle or without having incense. I like to have a bit of light in the room from the candle. Just, I don't know, because it for me just brings in the higher power in that, and just kind of helps me center. Yes. Okay, and also of course my glass of water. So today I want to do a position with you called cat-cow. That position is a really, really good warm-up for you to practice before you head into the more advanced poses. It's also a lovely spine wake-up pose, just to kind of get like your spinal cord kind of working properly, and just to set you up for the day. This also can be done from a chair, and it's for those who are in like a wheelchair or who aren't as mobile if you cannot get down to the floor. And also if you can't go on a chair and you can just stand up, I can show you different ways to do that too also. Okay, this is my gorgeous dog Joy. She likes to follow me around everywhere, so she's having her nap for the moment. Okay, let's get these hair grips in and get started. Now, okay, so we just want to bring ourselves onto the mat. If you have a mat, if you don't have a mat, that's absolutely fine too. Just have a towel, or if your surface is non-slip, you can use that without anything if you like. So what I want you to do is just kind of come into yourself, feel your body, close your eyes if it helps. Hands on the knees is a nice one too. Sitting up tall is very, very nice because it helps all the energy centers to open up and helps everything to flow better with a straight spine. So just take a few deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Imagine the energy coming up from the ground to support you, and back down again. That you're grounding yourself through the ground again. Just arrive on the mat. We've had busy days, busy nights. Wherever you are in this moment, just meet yourself. No judgment, nothing. Just you here, time for yourself on the mat. Belly breaths are nice here. If you want to do that, you can put one hand on your belly, your right hand, and your left hand over. And when you take your breath, just notice your belly going out and coming back in again. So we'll just do that one time. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Okay, from this we're going to go onto our knees and then come onto all fours. Excuse me, Joy. Good girl. Okay, onto our knees. Now, what we want to do when we come onto all fours is that we want to make sure that our hands are underneath our shoulders. Oftentimes we think our shoulders are far more forward than what they actually are, so maybe it's just better to bring them a slight bit underneath. What you want to do is you want to spread your fingers out really, really wide, and what we want to do is we want to have a thing called stacking the bones, which means you're going to have the elbow over the wrist and the shoulder over the elbow, so that you can feel that all the support is going down through your wrist, going down through your middle finger, and the same on the other hand. We want to have your hands shoulder widths apart. I'll just move forward on the mat here. Okay, we want to have our knees right below our hips, and again we want to have our knees shoulder width apart. Okay, what we're going to do is that this is a neutral position, so you have a straight spine. We're going to do a cat position, which is an arch like this. You're going to drop your belly button down to the ground like so. You're going to tuck your tailbone up to the sky and lift your head. This is called a cat position. Then you're going to do a cow position, which is you're going to tuck your tailbone in underneath, all the way underneath, and tuck your head underneath where you're going to be looking at your navel. Okay, just like so. You know when you have a cat doing a big stretch in the morning, just stretch your spine up as big as you can, okay? 1, 2, 3, up and down. We also want to have our feet hip width apart so that they're in alignment, so it's a 90-degree angle. So we'll try it again. We're going to let our air out on the way up and in on the way down. When you're blowing all the air out, really pull your belly button, your navel right up into your back, okay? And we'll try again. Cow, cat. You should do this about 10 or 15 times and do it really slowly. Just come into your body, feel where you've got any aches or pains. Do it really, really mindfully and slowly. Bring yourself into the body. Sometimes I like to give myself a little bit of space here in my hips, so I might just twist my hips this way. It's all about opening up and creating space for yourself. Feels good. Also, when you want to have your hands like this, you don't want your elbows to overextend where you can see the flat of your elbow here facing forward. You want to have your hand tucked in like this so that you can see the outside of your elbow here when you're doing this. I love doing this in the morning because it just really, really, really gets the energy levels flowing, and then it's a nice big stretch. Another way to create space, if you like, is that when your head is down like this, just move your neck from side to side, breathing all the time. You can do it when your spine is neutral, so it's kind of flat. And just dropping the head down and up and down and up, side to side. Another one you could do is this. So you're looking to your left cheek, put your left shoulder over your left cheek, right shoulder over your right cheek. So just play with it. Just being in your body, feel how your body feels. And be kind to yourself. Don't overstretch if you find that you're a little bit sore anywhere. Okay? When you're done, just come back onto your knees. Now, I want to show you what you do when you're in a chair or if you're in a wheelchair. Generally, what you'd have is your feet like this if you're in a wheelchair, or in a chair. So I'm just going to sit like this for the moment. You're not going to sit like this when you're in a chair, but just because if I sit on the chair, you're not going to be able to see me so well. So what you can do in this is, again, try and keep your spine straight. Put your hands on your knees or your hands here, or if your hands are immobile, just as they are is perfectly fine too. So you can do the same as what I did earlier and start on the breath, just deep breaths in and out, and do that a few times until you kind of come into yourself. Then what you can do is arch your back out the ways, cat, tuck your tailbone in also, cow, cat, cow, cat, arching the neck, arching the spine, cow. It's nice too to find that inner smile. So when you're doing your poses, just remember to smile. Don't be too stressed out. Don't try and get the poses too right. Just really feel what's going on inside your body. Really being present. So another thing I want to show you is, sometimes if I'm brushing my teeth in the morning and if I don't have time to do my cat-cow or get on my all fours, sometimes my knees can give me bother in that. So if your knees give you bother, you can sit on the chair, or also you can do it, lean and say on your bathroom sink with your hands out like this. I'll give you an example. So I have a chair here in front of me. So if you can imagine that you're standing at the sink, what you can do is you come back from the sink like this. So I'm standing up and I want to lean down. So I'm going like this, push my spine down. You can do this at your table as well if you're at work. You know, if your back is hurting you from the computer, it's a really nice back releaser just to stretch yourself out. So lean on your countertop or wherever it is that you have the space to lean down on. So you're pushing your spine in, lift your head up, and the opposite. And in and out. Now, so there are a few different options that you can do the cat-cow. So never feel that you're restricted to one way or the other. And what you might feel like doing today, you may not feel like doing tomorrow. So there are a few variations in what you can do. So we're just going to come back to finish off this practice again. Hands on the knees. This is a good one to do also if you're in the bed. You can do it on the bed too also, which I like to do. Okay, once you're finished doing your stretching of your cat-cow 10 or 15 times is really, really good. Bring yourself back to the body again, back into the breath. Stretch the neck if you feel like stretching the neck. Wriggle the hips if you want to wriggle the hips. Find the breath. It's all about just finding space in the body, finding space in your spine. And meeting yourself where you have any aches or pains or soreness. If you have got aches or pains, say if I'm stretching, here's the side, just breathe in and breathe out and focus on that area. See if you can send it some love. Where there's love, there's healing. And the other side. Okay, and back down to the body again, and 3 last breaths to finish it off. Straight spine. Thank you everybody for joining me on my very first video. I hope you enjoyed it, and when I look back I hope it's actually okay and that I improve every day. I'd like to wish you namaste. Take care. Good night.